Hello, everybody. Welcome to the We Supply America virtual press conference. I am absolutely grateful that you are joining us here. I appreciate it. There are a number of you joining us on Zoom, and I know that we are also live on LinkedIn right now. And those of you joining us on LinkedIn Live, thank you for being here. On Zoom, thank you for being here. We are so excited to tell you about this national campaign, We Supply America. Some people are coming in, so what I'd like to do is just take 2 minutes to kind of set the stage about what We Supply America is all about, and then we will get started with our agenda. All right, so here we go. Just a little trailer for those of you that have not yet seen what We Supply America is about. Here we go. So there we are, We Supply America. Again, thank you for joining us for this virtual press conference. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dirk Beveridge, founder of Unleashed WD and the executive producer of We Supply America. What I'd love to do is I'd love to share with you the reasoning behind We Supply America. Then I'd like to talk to you about the 3 phases of this national campaign. And I would also then like to tell you about how we can all help in this national campaign to get this noble calling of distribution out as it should be. We also have some guests with us today. We have our association partners with us. We have our corporate sponsors with us. And we're at the facilities of Porter Pipe right now, where we are almost done wrapping up today's filming of one of our 8 episodes. If you have any questions, please put a question mark in the chat of Zoom, and then we will open up for questions at the end. Let us know that you have a question by putting a question mark in Zoom, and then Lindsay on the back end will unmute you. And those of you on LinkedIn Live, let me know that you're here. If you have a question, I'll be watching that as well going forward. Okay? So here we go. Again, thank you all for joining us for this We Supply America virtual press conference. Let me introduce the concept behind We Supply America. We Supply America is a national campaign that is designed because of this fundamental belief that we all have. And what that belief is, that we are focused on ensuring that the channel of distribution thrives. And our premise is for that the channel to thrive, the 30,000 independent businesses, 415,000 locations need to thrive. And for that to happen, 6 million professionals that are employed throughout distribution need to thrive. And the We Supply America campaign is a storytelling campaign to talk about the noble calling of distribution, how we are in fact thriving, and how we help America thrive as well. There are several component parts of this national campaign, several principles. Let me go through the 3 key principles for you, please. The first key principle of We Supply America is what I call the noble calling of distribution. Last summer, I wrote an open letter to distributors, and that open letter was titled Shift to Tomorrow. And in that open letter was the first time that I used the words, the noble calling of distribution. We have this fundamental belief that distribution, entrepreneurialism, independent, family-owned businesses, distribution is in fact noble. We believe that distributors provide so much more than the products on their shelves. They provide 6 million jobs. They provide economic vitality, local community support. They provide benevolence and help to nonprofit charities. I heard amazing, heartwarming stories today about how Porter Pipe is reaching out to help those less fortunate. This is what distribution is about. We have to ensure that we within the industry remember that it's more than the products on our shelves. We have to ensure that if we're going to attract the talent that's going to be required going forward, that those coming into the workforce understand that yes, our products are darn cool, but we are so much more than our products. So number 1, the noble calling of distribution. Number 2, the second principle is the yearning for connections. You know, as we're coming out of COVID, we have this fundamental belief that we, the collective we are yearning for connections. We are yearning for hugs. We are yearning for inspiration and optimism. I think we are all yearning to look to the horizon, to look to the future with that optimistic view as we come out on the other side of this pandemic. And We Supply America is going to tell the stories that are going to bring the collective we together. If you're in your branch and you have a team within your branch, We Supply America is going to tell the stories and provide inspiration and insights to bring your team together to come out stronger on the other side. If you're a regional manager, you're going to be able to do the same. We're yearning for those connections and that insight and inspiration. And then I've alluded to the third one. We are all focused on this inflection point of Labor Day. I believe Labor Day is a mental, psychological, and calendar inflection point, right? And that inflection point from a philosophical perspective says, you know what, we are all looking towards the summer, right? So let's get through it. Let's get through the vaccinations. Let's start meeting again. Let's start going to concerts. Let's go to the park with each other. And let's get through the summer so that when we get to that Labor Day, things are back to normal as much as possible. It's that psychological inflection point. We also believe that it's an inflection point for distributors on the calendar. After Labor Day, we come back in September, we start looking at that fourth quarter to close out the year strong, and that's when we start planning. That's when we start strategizing. That's when we start looking towards that horizon, and we start making capital expenditures and deciding what our vision and strategy is going forward. We Supply America is designed to ensure that as we are looking towards that inflection point, we understand this noble calling. We understand that there's inspirations and lessons that we can learn from each other, and that we do, in fact, supply so much more than the products on our shelves. So those are some of the principles that we have built into We Supply America going forward. Okay? All right. Now, tangibly, what is We Supply America? Well, number 1, there are 3 phases. The first phase of We Supply America is what we call the production phase. The production phase is going on right now through July 4th, the month of June. We are traveling the country in that RV that you saw in the opening video, and we are creating 8 broadcast quality television shows that are going to stream 1 per week, July and August. Every Thursday in July and August at 3 p.m. Central, a new episode of We Supply America is going to be broadcast live at wesupplyamerica.net. As we are in this production phase, as we were here at Porter Pipe today filming an episode here, we're reaching out on social media to ensure that we are setting the stage and making the connections and starting the conversation about what We Supply America stands for and what it means to every individual, the 6 million professionals throughout distribution. Phase 2 is the airing of our 8 episodes. Again, every Thursday, July through August, 3 p.m. Central, a new episode of We Supply America is going to be broadcast. Now, one of the cool things that I am real excited about is we have the opportunity to bring the insights and the lessons from each of these 8 episodes into every single branch of distribution across this country. How are we going to help you do that? Well, we are providing a meeting in a kit for every single episode. Again, if you're that branch manager and you want to bring different insights into your branch based on We Supply America, we're going to provide you a downloadable kit that's going to provide an agenda. It's going to provide the poster for you to print out at Kinko's and put up on the wall. It's going to provide to you the PowerPoint. It's going to provide to you the questions to ask. It's going to provide the resource so that you can have a dynamic, collaborative conversation about how can we take the inspiration and the insights and the lessons from what we just learned from every episode into our business. The third is what we're calling the touring is continued. In July and August, we're not going to park the RV. I am spending the summer traveling from sea to shining sea in that RV that you saw. And our goal is to stop at 1 to 2 distributors every single day to learn more stories and share those stories socially. We plan to have meet and greets. As We Supply America, as we bring this story and you bring this story across the country, we're going to have the opportunity to get individuals together in the RV, other places, to sit down and talk about what distribution means to this country and what we're learning from this entire campaign. And then the last thing is a sweepstakes. We're in the process of putting together a sweepstakes where in the July and August, as you follow along, you're going to be able to register to be awarded some fantastic prizes, and there are going to be more details on that coming soon, okay? So that's a little bit about We Supply America. Again, the absolute foundation of this is we believe that distribution, the story, the real story of distribution is undertold. The stories of the people of distribution is undertold. The story of how we contribute to the greatness of this country is undertold. The story of entrepreneurialism is undertold. The story of what independent businesses do for their employees to help them grow and achieve is undertold. It's not going to be undertold anymore. We Supply America is going to go out and drive those messages, okay? So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat or in LinkedIn Live. We'll look for that. But for right now, what I'd love to do is I would love to bring in some of the individuals that are supporting this. I have to tell you, we at Unleash WD could not do this without the support of a number of fantastic organizations. We have some amazing organizations, associations, and buying groups: Vipar Heavy Duty, NAED, ASA, ISSA, and ISSA Show North America. Kim, how did I do? That is absolutely supporting this, as well as 2 amazing corporate sponsors in Infor and Proton. And then I couldn't do this without the amazing distributors that we're not only filming the 8 episodes with, but you guys, my social media is blowing up asking us when can we stop by, and that's what we're going to do. There are going to be not just the 8 distributors. There are going to be so many more that we're going to be featuring throughout the summer. And I think that's important. Before I pull in the individuals, I think that's important because this really is a story about distribution. And it's not just about the 8 episodes, the 8 businesses that we're going to be profiling, because those stories are your story, the story of every distributor out there. So with that, let me bring in some individuals to talk about why they are here supporting us. The first one that I would like to bring in is Kim from ISSA. Kim, hello.
Hi, Dirk.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. I'm in Addison. You're in, where are you at right now?
Right now I'm in Oak Brook, not too far from you.
Yeah, fantastic. So Kim, thank you for joining us. Will you just introduce your role at ISSA for everybody?
Yes, Kim Altoff, Vice President of Sales, Trade Shows, Media Membership, and Education.
Wow, what do you do in your spare time?
Plenty of spare time to take in some great activities.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Kim. So, Kim, number one, I appreciate ISSA, and ISSA showed North America's support of We Supply America. I think it would be important for those on this call to understand what We Supply America means to you and ISSA, your members, and why you decided to support the effort.
Thank you, Dirk. First of all, just love your energy. And we love partnering with you. So when you, as you continue to always include us, came to us and told us about this incredible adventure that you were going on, we were incredibly honored, excited, and so proud, really, to support you on your journey across America, recognizing these amazing, passionate, dedicated, and hardworking distributors within our industry. They have played and will continue to play such a vital role in the supply chain. They have literally, what we've all gone through over the last 18 months, but what our distributors have done for us through the pandemic, and what they continue to do and always do, as you had said, is really the backbone. I mean, it is such a vital part. And for you going out there and telling these stories and really showing the recognition and the support, a huge big thank you to you, Dirk. And we're really excited to be a part of it and be with you through the whole journey. So
you're super kind. Yeah, Kim, thank you so much. And you said it, I think, even better than I did. Right? Is that the important role that these businesses play, right, on this country functioning. It was said to me recently that, this country was built on supply and demand, right? And we're talking about 50% of that equation. So, Kim, thank you so much. We'll see you out on the road, okay?
Thank you, Dirk.
Kim, thank you so very, very much. Okay, and then if you don't mind, I'm going to pull in another individual from an association that is supporting us, and that is Mike with ASA, Mike Miazga.
Hey, Dirk, how you doing?
Hey, man. Good. How are you? Let's see. Here, let me raise that up for you a little bit there.
Right.
Hey, thanks. So, Mike, would you mind introducing yourself to everybody here?
I am Mike Miazga, the Vice President of Sales and Membership at the American Supply Association. We are the national trade association for plumbing, heating, cooling pipe, and industrial pipe, valve, and fitting distributors. Standing right here in Porter Pipe, one of our A+++ members, and a tremendous new facility we're sitting in right now, and couldn't be happier to support Porter here today, and of course your endeavor here with We Supply America.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks. So when you think about We Supply America and what we're doing, what do you believe it means to your members and to the association?
I think We Supply America, and the reason we're excited to support this is it's spot on with what ASA is all about. We use the analogy a lot that number one, that without wholesale distribution, this country probably doesn't function very properly, number one. And number two, you talked about the how not underserved, but
the
undertold story.
Yeah.
So in plumbing, you can have a nice fancy shower head or a nice fancy toilet in your bathroom, but the stuff that really makes it churn is the stuff behind the wall. Without the stuff behind the wall, nothing, the water doesn't come out, it doesn't work. If it gets broken, it doesn't work. And it's the same thing with the distribution channel, the supply chain. Without that in America, whether it's a toilet, a water heater, the pipes underground, with your cars driving on the roads, this country doesn't function. And the second part that really jives what ASA has been up to lately is we started an initiative about last fall, Building One Future.
Yep.
One of the key components that you were heavily involved with the process over the last couple of years. One of the key components is that tackling the labor shortage here, not only in distribution but throughout the supply chain, and with our Project Talent initiative, bringing to light that this is a tremendous industry. It's an industry where you can raise a family, have a great career, and at the same time contribute to the health and well-being of the country. And that's a story that 100% needs to be told. And through this platform here, We Supply America, it's going to be told, and people are going to, even more people are going to notice that this is a tremendous industry. Again, we're sitting here at Porter Pipe, a company that's gone bonkers with its expansion and success. And we sat here at lunch and talked with a lot of the Porter folks, just tremendous people, happy to be in this industry and happy to contribute to it. And there's no reason why with programs like yours that we can't bring more, shine a brighter light on wholesale distribution and take care of that job problem.
I love it. And you know, Mike, a sub goal of mine with this is I hope that this movement of We Supply America, one of the outcomes is that we obliterate the term that distribution is not sexy. I'm tired of hearing it. I think it's what we see here is sexy as hell.
It is.
And if you want technology, come to work in distribution, right?
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And if you want to grow, come to work in distribution. If you want to make a difference in the world, as you suggested, come to work in distribution.
Yeah. Number one, like I said, you can make a great career out of it. Raise a family. Do quite well. You know, if you get in this industry, you can start out in the warehouse. As a greenhorn and. You work hard and you're going to run a branch, and you work even harder. You're going to be a CEO one day. I mean, there's stories all over our industry of that, and to say that that's a tired term, that the plumbing industry or the distribution industry is not sexy. That's a false statement.
Right, it is false. We're going to obliterate. Michael, thanks for the support and thanks for being here. Okay,
Always.
buddy? Thanks. All right, guys. So we are so thankful of the support that we're getting from the associations and the buying group. So thank you, Kim, and thank you, Mike, for your support there. Also, then we have some corporate sponsors that I'd love to introduce to you and understand why they too are supporting We Supply America. And if you don't mind, I'll first bring in our great individuals from Proton, and let me bring Benj in, and let me bring Jill. Hey, and let me bring Jill in as well. Benj, Jill, hello, you guys.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Are you kidding me? Thank you for being here. Can I ask you guys to introduce yourselves real quick and then introduce Proton real quick, if you don't mind?
Awesome. So I'm Benj. I grew up in the wholesale business. I think one of the stops is actually my family business. And so super excited to be here. And I'll turn it over to Jill.
Yeah, my name is Jill Vogie. I'm a VP of sales at Proton. I've spent about 5 years in the supply chain and distribution space, so it's become near and dear to my heart, and I know that it is a sexy industry after all.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, right on. See, it's already started. Fantastic. Hey, and then Benj, just real quick, tell me about Proton.
Yeah, so at Proton, we're building AI software that's exclusively focused on distributors that helps increase distributor sales, basically. And so, we're only focused in this industry, which is why we felt so aligned with this campaign. We're here to help distributors thrive, and we're inspired by the industry. And we're all about helping distributors, adopt cutting edge technology and grow the bottom line.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. And Jill, can I ask you, what does We Supply America mean to Proton and from your perspective as well to distributors?
Sure. I mean, we spend all day, every day talking and working with distributors. So we know that a huge differentiating factor for distributors is that they provide this superhuman-like, super consultative value and connection with their customers. And this last year has been such a huge threat to that human connection. We're seeing it manifest in more ways than one. And the way that we think about building our technology is to think about how we can continue to increase the value of the human connection and not lessen it in favor of technology. So the ethos of the campaign just means a lot to us. It aligns with the way we think about empowering humans and building on the human connection that means so much to distributors and their customers. So I think that we heard about what you were doing and couldn't help but get involved.
I love it, Jill. And I think I've told you before, I'm a hugger. And if you were right here in front of me, I would be hugging you right now with what you just said. Benj, anything to add?
No, I mean, we're really excited to be a part of this, Dirk. So thanks for having us. We feel like it really aligns. And, as I said, we build software exclusively for distributors.
Yeah.
And we feel, incredibly proud and inspired by the distribution industry, and excited that, we get to be a part of telling some of those stories to the world, because boy, it's a cool place to work.
It is a cool place to work, and you guys are a big part of telling that story, and I am super, super grateful. And it's only begun, guys, and we're going to have some fun, okay? Guys,
Awesome.
thanks for joining us, okay, guys? Thanks very much. Okay, and then I have one other individual from corporate sponsors to bring in. Infor is a huge sponsor of us as well. And I've got Will here from Infor spending the day. There we go. Spending the day here with us at Porter Pipe as we're shooting. Will, number one, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and number two, thank you to you, the entire Infor distribution team, for being a big supporter of us. Will, can you first introduce yourself to the group, and then I'll ask a quick question.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Will Quinn. I'm the Distribution Industry Director at Infor.
Yeah.
And what I do is I help our sales team understand the opportunities, the challenges, and issues that distributors face in this modern era.
I love it. Where did you first, learn about distribution and logistics?
I cut my teeth in logistics in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
How many years? How many years did you serve?
12 years.
12 years. Bottom of my heart. Thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
it. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for everything you're doing
Yeah.
to highlight the great things that our distribution professionals are doing.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. It's fun doing it with you guys. We've had fun here today. So, Will, We Supply America.
Yes.
What does that mean to Infor, and what do you think it means to Infor customers and prospects?
Sure. So We Supply America, we are honored to be supporting you and the fine distributors that are supporting the United States. Yeah. And, the pandemic really highlighted the importance of distribution and distributors and warehouses.
Without question.
Before that, it was just something that happened behind the scenes. And then when the pandemic happened and everybody went home, it was like, wait a second, half the country can't.
Right.
They were in the warehouses. They were in the distribution centers. They were driving the trucks, helping to keep the country moving.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. It's our honor to honor those individuals that did that for us.
No doubt. And we're going to do that. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being here, buddy. Really appreciate it. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks. So, you guys, we couldn't do this without the support of those that we've met today and a whole bunch of others. And as I'm listening to everybody, I'm thinking about this. We started this campaign with some of the premises that I alluded to. But I think one of the beauties of We Supply America is with each individual we have a chance to meet and talk to and to share their story. The story of We Supply America just continues to expand. And I know there's a lot of individuals from the press on today, and I thank you for being there. And I would encourage you to reach out to us and help us tell this story because of all the noble reasons that we heard from everybody here with me. So with that, let me see if there are any questions, and we will take some questions, okay? So, so Jeff, I see that you've got one. Hey, Lindsay, you want to just see if we can unmute Jeff Cross and see if he wants to ask a question, because I don't have my glasses on. Jeff, hello. Oh man, I'm doing well, thank you. So Jeff, I got to tell you, thank you for being here. You scooped me before I pulled out on Sunday, and as I pulled out of the driveway, you were kind enough to ask me a couple of questions on my very first interview. So thank you. There you go. Thanks. Well, gosh, my mind is going honestly over so many places there, because I'm thinking you should see my refrigerator and freezer in the RV. I have only frozen stuff, frozen pizzas, frozen raviolis, frozen burritos, and I haven't figured out the microwave or the stove yet. So Love's Truck Stop and Pilot Truck Stops. You know those those cellophane wrapped submarine sandwiches. I've been living on those, and I've been meaning to get out and walk every morning. I haven't yet. It's absolutely a crazy schedule right now. So I don't know if that's a good answer. So I think the answer right now is no after the first 5 days, but I hope to turn that into a yes. But I got to tell you something real quick, Jeff. Porter Pipe pulled out all the stops for us today, and the barbecue was amazing. 2 days ago, we were up in Detroit with Great Lakes Hotel and Supply Company and the food service equipment, and they have a culinary center with their own chef and their own equipment, and they cooked an amazing spread for their employees as well. So you're right, we are eating great lunches on the road. Please. Yeah. Jeff, we use the word campaign, that this is a national campaign. And I don't think that's big enough. My hope is that we absolutely start a movement. First from within. I really do believe the story of the noble calling of distribution and everything that stands for, the people on here talked about, I think it's undertold within our four walls. We get so busy, the day-to-day, the tyranny of the urgent that I've talked about. And sometimes it becomes just, did I pick, pack, and ship as I was supposed to pick, pack, and ship today? Did I check off my to-dos? And we go home tired and we go home exhausted. And if the pandemic taught me anything, it's that we have to remember this larger calling, this larger purpose that we have. As leaders, I think we're being called to help. Our employees have been impacted in untold ways. And I think as leaders, it's our responsibility to help them come out of the pandemic. And by the way, the remnants of the pandemic are going to impact people, individuals, human beings for a long time to come. And I hope these stories provide that inspiration and, yes, insights and lessons as leaders that we can help truly unleash the spirit within our people, to help them grow, to help them fulfill their potential. 2 days ago, I was in Detroit, Great Lakes Hotel Supply Company. Today, I'm at Porter Pipe. One of the underlying themes of both of these organizations is their commitment to their people and the commitment to help them grow. Jeff, I find that inspiring. I think it's right. I think it's noble. And I think it's what we need. And so I think our story is not told enough within distribution. So that's number one. Number two, if you ask my greatest hope, I hope this spreads beyond distribution, and I hope it makes an impact in our country. Our country is beat down from the pandemic. Our country is beat down from a 24/7 news cycle. Our country is beat down from 140 character tweets. And I think we are all yearning for goodness, the goodness that resides in this country, and and to find inspiration and to go back to what has and will continue to make America great. And our canvas to do that, Jeff, is the amazing people of distribution. So I would say those are some of my greatest hopes. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Guys, thank you so very much for joining us. I don't see any other questions. I'd like to say thank you all for joining us during this. If you have any questions, please do reach out to us. Everything, the entire journey is going to be up at wesupplyamerica.net. That website is actually live right now, thanks to my amazing VP, my amazing partner, my amazing VP of Design, Bethany Hepler. Some of the links are not live on that yet. We're going to continue to build that out, but you can continue to go to WeSupplyAmerica.net to find out everything about our journey. And as you join us socially on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Instagram, We Supply America, the hashtag We Supply America is going to be a way to follow us as well. Okay, everybody? So with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us. I look forward to being on this journey with every single one of you. And for the 6 million professionals throughout distribution, I can't wait for you to be inside this story, because this story is about you, every one of the 6 million people employed throughout distribution. So with that, from the amazing Porter Pipe in Addison, Illinois, thank you all for being here, and we will see you out on the road.